Hey PSY 3102ers, Gossip Girls here, your one and only source into the scandalous lives of Prof. Wentland's elite. What's making headlines on our homepage? Information is susceptible to distortion, with people withholding, exaggerating, and either through mistakes or lies, misrepresenting the state of the world or the behavior of the third parties they gossip about. By communicating with one another, we are able to exchange valuable information and adaptively cope in an ever-changing world. Humans, more than any other species, are able to communicate information about their external features and social world. Regardless of the type of society they live in, they form complex networks to exchange information. Often, as this information gets passed along, it runs the risk of getting altered or distorted.
Gossip is defined as the exchange of information with evaluative content about absent third parties. And although gossip is not necessarily negative, typically when we refer to gossip, we are referring to negative assessments of someone or something.
Humans belong to a subgroup of primates known as catarrhines, the old world of monkeys and apes. This species is known for being deeply social. There are two key phenomena that influence this sociability. One is to understand the workings of another's mind and correlations in behavior. The second is the use of trust and obligation so that relationships develop in a healthy manner. A strong case can be made suggesting that language developed to establish a connection between social groups. This has led to about 2/3 of all human conversation to be gossip. Gossip facilitates a time-efficient strategy for humans to keep in touch with one another. It establishes and maintains relationships, builds social networks, reinforces social values and norms, influences others, and creates alliances. It works to strengthen existing and new social relations.
I've learned to suck in my stomach when photographers are around. I used to read all those gossip magazines, but I stopped when I started being written about in them and read incredible lies about myself. Gossip is a self-serving behavior engaged in for the purpose of manipulating opinions. From an evolutionary perspective, gossip was a positive social phenomena for the purpose of preserving social norms, sharing resources, and maintaining social bonds. However, today, and mainly in Western societies, gossip has developed a negative reputation. When it comes to gossip, I have to readily admit that men are just as guilty as women. Individuals learn to gossip at a very young age. It typically begins around the time when we really start comparing ourselves to others on a very superficial basis. Men and women both gossip, but as we know, stereotypically women are thought to gossip more because females are known to be more verbally communicative than males. Some studies suggest that the reality is women are more likely to gossip about others, whereas males are more likely to talk about themselves. Literature and psychology typically explores 4 motives for gossip. 1, to influence others negatively, 2, to inform, 3, to enjoy, and 4, to maintain social norms. However, these are not the only motives. A lot of people gossip in order to maintain or create social bonds. It is relatively easy to bond over shared likes or dislikes, and it is particularly common for 2 people that don't know each other to interact by sharing information about an absent third party, whether that information is positive or negative. Why are we so obsessed with celebrity gossip? Gossip is an indirect way of speaking positively about yourself. Projection is the idea of attributing our own flaws onto someone else, or we in turn complain about attributes that we wish we had as negatives because we are jealous. I've been affected by gossip, and I know people who have been too. I've seen marriages destroyed by gossip. It is cruel. At the end of the day, all that matters. Do you love what you see when you look in the mirror? That's it, baby.
Everyone can say that they have gossiped at least once in their lives. Whether it was negative or positive, we have all had something to say about a third party behind our backs. But what makes gossiping so appealing, and why do we constantly do it? Communication is something that is central to our everyday lives. We communicate to everyone about everything, from saying hello to our neighbors to making dinner plans with our friends. We also exchange information, and most of the time it's about things that we have researched, things that are true, or things that can be observed, unless you are gossiping. A gossiper isn't always someone that is trustworthy or credible. The communicator might know little to nothing about the topic that they're talking about. Gossiping can be used as a means to hurt people. It can be used as a tool to ruin people's reputation, relationships, and in some extreme cases, their careers. On the other hand, gossip can become a way to create bonds within a group, meaning that the group may feel closer to one another by the simple fact that they are exchanging juicy information. It is also argued that it can be a way to tell individuals how to behave in their society. By observing others and talking about their successes and failures, you learn what is acceptable or not within your social context. People also gossip for entertainment purposes. We love to tune into TMZ or eTalk to know what Miley Cyrus is up to.
In our fragmented and isolated world, mobile phones act as a social lifeline. They allow us to converse anytime, any place, and anywhere, therefore opening up a new medium for gossip. The mobile phone has allowed us to return to our innate communication patterns of pre-industrial society, where we used to live in a small and stable environment of people we would bond with on a regular basis. As for enhancing the frequency and practicality of gossip, mobile phones have facilitated our way of communicating and restored our tightly integrated networks. Although there are positive aspects to mobile gossip, there are severe problems with it as well. Even though there aren't many studies on bullying through texting, the research has found that a majority of the victims of cyberbullying were harassed through texting. The difference between bullying face-to-face and cyberbullying is that the negative comments are permanent and in writing. In addition, the mobile phone allows victims to receive a message at any moment of the day or night, leaving them with no escape. The targeted victims can reread these messages repeatedly, potentially leading to serious consequences.
Social media websites are also extremely prevalent in our society, especially among teens and young adults. Approximately 85% of college students use at least one social networking site. Despite the vast media coverage, students generally seem unconcerned about the potential risks of sharing personal information. Some even state that they are more likely to disclose personal information via social media compared to more direct forms of communication. Why do people put their information out there for everyone to see? Popularity and attention-seeking seem to be the main predictors. Having a presence on Facebook or other social networking sites requires that you post pictures, have public conversations, and post statuses regularly. Your online identity is created not only by the pictures and information you provide, but also by what others share and say about you. Pictures, wall posts, and whatever John Doe wants to say about you over Spotted at Ottawa becomes part of your virtual identity. In a recent study on undergraduate students, the top 2 reasons for Facebook use were 1. Staying connected to family and friends, and 2. For social information about what others are doing, relationship status, and general gossip in the community. There's virtually nothing that a little bit of skilled creeping can't find. But it's not just us regular people that use social networking sites to stay in the loop. Celebrities use services like Twitter to manage their social image and gain public attention. The insider information, first-person pictures, and opinionated statements Twitter offers can stir up interest in the online public. Celebrities have the power to supply or dispute gossip in a more direct fashion than before. Want some proof that social media works to spread gossip? Even if you didn't watch the MMVAs, I bet you know which celebrity recently dry-humped a foam finger. Being in the social know is key to being an active part of the peer network. Having access to social media sites puts others in the loop, giving them unlimited access to a variety of juicy stories and the ability to make assumptions or claims about other people's very public personal lives.
To recap, we define gossip as evaluative talk about a person who is not present, although there are many different definitions. Gossip is an important fundamental of human social behavior. It can both positively and negatively affect a relationship. The effect depends on whether the relationship is new or familiar, as well as whether the gossip is positive or negative. It is best put by the study by Turner. Gossip can actually provide the basis for a bond if the gossip is positive and the relationship is new. Negative gossip can strengthen a bond in an already made friendship, but spreading negative gossip is not a great way to make new friends. It has also been shown that women who gossip in the workplace suffer from a loss of likability and are seen by their co-workers as in need of control. You decide if that's positive or negative.